All right, hello, welcome to Sunday morning tailgate brought to you by Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm joined today by my man Chris P. Bacon. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Glad for another week of football, and hopefully it's going to continue like this, all season.
Yeah, exactly. So, also joined by our man Laura. How you doing, bud?
Doing great. It was a great Thursday night game the other day, and I'm looking forward to a great Sunday and hopefully, and I expect the Patriots to get their first win of the season today against the Jets.
Yes, indeed. So, Mr. Mess Around, he's back. Unfortunately, no, I'm just kidding. Dave, how you doing today, bud?
Hi, I'm good. It's bright and early over here on the West Coast, 8:30. So I'm up, ready to go. Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I'm Big B. So let's just do a quick recap. Week 1 is in the books. Is there any games that stood out from you guys? Chris, any game that stood out? Any player that stood out week 1?
I'm going to have to go with your Vikings and Bengals. I mean, we kind of, joked saying that it was going to be a tie. It almost was a tie.
4 seconds.
Yeah, and then Cincinnati kicked the game-winning field goal.
Yep.
That exactly. Almost came true. So,
yeah, I think I would have bought a lottery ticket if that game would have ended in a tie since we called it.
Yeah.
Low roll. Anything that stood out? Any player stood out week 1?
I think who stood out week 1 was Mac Jones. I thought he played great in his first game in the NFL, despite the Patriots losing to the Dolphins. But you know that when I saw that game, the Dolphins are going to be a very tough team to beat this year. And I think that the Dolphins are going to be one of the breakout teams. And I think Tua Tagovailoa is in for a breakout year.
Oh, okay. So one guy riding the Tua bandwagon a little bit. I think a lot of people are picking him to show that he's not the guy, but we'll see what happens. Dave, how about you? Week 1 standout or something that stood out to you?
For me, it's got to be Aaron Rodgers playing like a bum and acting like he didn't even want to be there. So the way they just got shredded by New Orleans, I didn't see that happening.
Yeah, you kind of stole mine, so I'm going to go a different take. Dave, I'm sorry to pick on your Bears, but Stafford played like an MVP candidate. I mean, I know we used to get to see him twice a year, so we kind of had the same feelings that he's always scary, but for what he did in the Rams week 1, if he keeps that up, he's definitely MVP candidate, if not the MVP. So we got a comment. Tim said to stand out to him was Winston. Yeah, I mean, Winston had just under 200 yards and 5 touchdowns, and no picks, I believe. So I can't disagree with that one. So so Thursday. Quick recap of the Thursday game. That was the Giants at Washington. Chris, I know your 2 favorite teams, so
oh yeah, they're definitely on.
So give us a little recap of the Thursday night game there, Chris.
Oh man, Taylor Heineke, he was their quarantine backup last year, and stepped in for Alex Smith towards the end of the season. Led the team to the playoffs, almost beat Tampa Bay. We could have had a champion in the NFC. And then this year, Heineke stepped in for Fitzpatrick, who's going to be out for, I don't know, at least half the season, and led the team down to a victory. But, Giants almost had it won too if it wasn't for that, offside penalty, and they gave Washington a freebie. He missed that kick, and then the second attempt he made it. So it was a wild finish, I thought.
Yeah, Dave, how about you? Did you catch the Thursday night game, and what's your thoughts?
I did, and I was really impressed with Taylor Heineke. That kid looks like he might be the real deal. I mean, I know he's not a rookie or anything. He's been in the league like 5-6 years, spinning around. So
Yep.
about time he's getting a shot, and he's looking really good. So, and I had the Giants winning this game, but how do you jump off sides on a field goal? I don't understand.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened. Laura, how about you? Thursday night game.
My thoughts is this: Washington football team played a good football game, especially in the fourth quarter. But I also thought that how would you jump off sides against the on the field goal? That really costed the Giants the game. But Taylor Heineke stepped up. Daniel Jones played somewhat of a good game, but the Giants just did not have their A game in the second half.
Yeah, I was at work, so I caught little bits here and there, but listening to everybody talk, seeing some highlights, sounded like a good game. Heineke might be the real deal. Sounds like he might have a job there in Washington for the foreseeable future. Might be a landing spot for Cam. Who knows what they decide to do? So, all right, guys.
No Cam. They already
What's
said
that?
no Cam Newton.
Oh, they have
Washington
said no
already
Cam
said-
Newton. Okay, I
Yeah.
did not see that. So, all right. So let's go into breaking down more of week 2 here. Let's start off with the early games. First game up is Broncos Jags. I'm looking at it right now that the point spread is Denver -6. So Dave, give us a little take on the Broncos Jags.
Broncos Jags, huh? Do we
Yeah.
have to talk about this really? I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence to get his first win as quarterback. I think this kid's going to be good. He's going to light the Broncos up today and put up 3 touchdowns, 350 passing yards, and another 40 rushing.
Okay. Laurel, how about you there, bud?
I'm actually going with the Jacksonville Jaguars because I want to see Trevor Lawrence get his first win in the NFL because I think he's due for one after losing to the Texans last week. And Urban Meyer, I know that he's going to go through growing pains as a head coach in the NFL. I think he gets his first win as a head coach in the NFL. I think the Jaguars are going to be good, but you got to give the Jaguars time, though.
Okay. Yep, exactly. They're going to need time. Chris, how about you?
I want Trevor Lawrence to get his first win too. I mean, he deserved it, I think. But I was surprised by Houston a little bit going out and playing as well as they did. I don't think they're gonna. I want Jacksonville to play better, but I don't see it. I'm going Denver.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think Lawrence and Urban Meyer need that first win to ease the pains there. So why not this week? Why not against Denver? So yeah, I'll take Jacksonville with you guys. So the second game, we got the Bengals versus them Bears. Mess around. Can we have a rebound here? What's going to happen?
And I want to say yes. My heart says to say yes, but my brain's saying no. With Andy Dalton as quarterback, he doesn't bring much to the table. The guy's worthless. I mean, we don't have an offensive line to protect him. He can't move. The sooner we get Justin Fields in there, the better. So,
all right.
We see more Fields today, but I'm going to take the Bengals and win this one 24-21.
All right. Mr. Lowroll, how about you?
Well, as if Justin Fields is the Bears starter, then I think the Bears would win this game. But I'm going to say that today the Bengals go off to a 2-0 start, and I think that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to have another good game. And I think after week 3, I said this on Wild Sports Talk. I think that Matt Nagy's going to be fired either by week 3 or week 4. But I'm going to say week 3 that he's going to get fired.
All right. I think Dave would be happy with that, Nagy being out of there.
I bet every Bears fan wants Matt Nagy out.
So how about you, Chris? Bengals, Bears.
I want to see if Cincinnati's win last week was just like a one-time thing, like a fluke or something, or if they can really continue the winning streak. I also want the Bears to win, just to see if they can get a streak going. But I think Cincinnati's going to go 2-0.
Okay, Dave, I'm gonna hold hope with you. You know, I think we're gonna see a lot more Fields, and I think the Bears are gonna pull this one out. Might be a squeaker. I'm not gonna call for a tie because I was 4 seconds away from that last week. So, but I'll go Bears with you, Dave. Tim Hendricks, he's a Colts fan. He lives overseas. One of my closest friends. He's going Bengals by 5.
I got to change it. I got to go with my Bears. I'm going to pick the Bears.
All right, Dave's changing it. All right. All right. So next game we got the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. Low roll. What do you think there?
I'm gonna say the Cleveland Browns are gonna get a win. I think after losing to the Chiefs last week, I think that the Cleveland Browns are gonna bounce back today.
Okay, Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I don't see Houston stepping up. I mean, you can call last week a preseason game for Houston, even though they did win that game. I don't think they can step up and win against Cleveland, so I'm going with the Browns.
Okay. Mess around. How about you there, bud?
I don't even think this game's going to be close. I think Cleveland's going to blow them out. I think it's going to be like 35-10. Baker's going to put up numbers. Chubb's going to get his.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with Houston, probably just like the rest of us. They do have Cleveland minus 13.5. Tim's writing in saying the Browns by 15. I can't not see anything different. I'm going with the Browns too in this one. I think it's going to be tough. So the next game, we got the Rams versus the Colts. Low roll, Rams Colts.
I'm going with the LA Rams. I think it's going to be a relatively close game, but I just think Matthew Stafford's going to pull it off as usual. And I think the Rams are going to start off 2-0 here.
Okay, Chris?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'm picking the Rams to go 2-0. Matthew Stafford is a really good quarterback. Colts and Carson Wentz, I think they're still kind of struggling to find something, with their offense. And I know he's been out for a little bit with a couple injuries and COVID, but maybe down the line they'll get something. But I don't see it this week.
All right, mess around. How about you?
Stafford, he's finally got some weapons. He's got 3 or 4 different guys he can throw the ball to. He never had that in Detroit. He's got somewhat of a running game. The Rams are looking scary so far. I know it's only one game. I think the Colts defense is going to keep them in this game. So their defense is really good. So I think it's going to be close, 28-17.
Yeah, I think. God, I really want to pick the Colts because they're at home, but what I saw last week with Stanford and the Rams, I just can't. So I'm going Rams. Tim, who's a Colts fan, I know he's trying to be unbiased as possible. He's picking the Rams by 9, so I know that's hurting him. Just like when we pick against our own teams. So next game on the docket, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. Dave, mess around. Bills Dolphins.
Division games are always tough. They're always close. Buffalo coming off that tough loss to Pittsburgh last week. I think they rebound and get their first win. But like I said, I think it's going to be close. 17-21 Bills.
All right. Chris, how about you?
Buffalo's going to get their first win of the season in a divisional game. I'm picking Buffalo.
All right, low roll.
I'm going to pick the Miami Dolphins to win in an upset against the Bills because I think that Tua Tagovailoa is going to make a statement today. And if the Bills start off 0-2, I do think the Bills can overcome that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Buffalo wins because I just think that the Bills right now are the better team in the AFC East.
Yeah, I gotta go with the hometown team here. I think I'm gonna go with Miami. Just the fact that they're home. I know Buffalo's -3.5. Bills definitely on paper are the better team. I mean, I don't think we can doubt that, but I just think the crowd might play a factor in this one. So, next game, we got the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Loro, break down this game because I know it's your. I know you probably don't have to ask. I guess so. So, Loro, who you got?
I got the New England Patriots to win this game, of course. I mean, I think that Mac Jones is going to lead his team to their first win of the 2021 season. I actually think that Damian Harris, Hunter Henry, and Jonnu Smith will get some touchdowns, and I think the Patriots defense is going to get to Zach Wilson. But I probably think this game will probably not be even close, but I think that the Patriots are going to come out on top today.
All right, Chris?
I'm going to agree and go with the Patriots. I mean, New York is having trouble with their quarterback, finding a good quarterback. And I think there's going to be some struggle. So I'm going New England.
All right, mess around.
Yeah, Zach Wilson struggled last week, but I think he rebounds this week and has a better game. I'm going to take the Jets with the last second field goal, 17-14.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Oh. I gotta probably go with the evil empire. I gotta go with the Patriots. I think the quarterback plays a little bit more solid, and I can't see Belichick starting another season. Well, I don't know if I can't remember if he started 0-2 last year, but I just can't see him going 0-2. So I'll go Belichick and the Patriots. Tim's also picking Patriots by 14, so he's got a little bit more faith in them, I guess. Next game, we got the 49ers versus the Eagles. Chris, what do you think of that game?
The 49ers played really well last week, even though they fell behind. They had a lead. Detroit quickly caught up, but it was still a victory for San Francisco. This week, 49ers have the Eagles, which they did win their game against Atlanta. I don't think Philadelphia is going to pull out this victory. I heard that they're going to use their rookie quarterback for San Francisco a little bit more this week. So I'm going San Francisco.
All right. Mess around. How about you?
Jalen Hurts, man, that guy he balled out last game against Atlanta, and that Niners defense looked really weak, let Detroit come back like that. So I'm going to take the Eagles to win this game 21-14.
All right. Laurel, how about you?
I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. I always root for Alabama quarterbacks, and I think Jalen Hurts is going to make sure that the Eagles go 2-0, and I think that the Eagles are going to surprise a lot of people still. I think they're going to be one of the surprise teams this year.
Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I'm going to fly high with the Eagles, led by the Hurt business and Jalen Hurts. So I think we're going to see the Eagles. I think they are going to be a surprise team. So I am going to leave the last early game so we can do our picks all together this week. So, we got one more besides our early pick. So Saints versus the Panthers. Mess around. What do you got on that game?
The Saints looked really good last week against Packers. I don't know if it's just Packers are bad this year. The Saints are good. So it's hard to say. It's still early in the season, but I'm going to go with the Saints to keep rolling.
Okay, Chris?
Yeah, it was a back and forth thing, decision to make. I'm going with New Orleans at the moment. I mean, Carolina's getting better, but I don't think they've shown a lot so far.
All right. Low roll.
I'm gonna pick the Carolina Panthers to win this game because I think that Sam Darnold, Christian McCaffrey are going to be a surprise team in the NFL. They showed it last week, but I also think the Panthers defense has really gotten better the last game. So I think this is going to come down to who's going to make a stop on defense. I think both defenses are good, but I think the Saints defense is slightly better, but the Panthers defense has been better this year than it was last year.
Okay, so Tim's chiming in. He's going with the Saints by 4. I'm going to go in a close one. This might be, kind of a game of the week feel, back and forth battle. But I'm going to go with the Panthers. I think Panthers will squeak this one out. So we'll save that Ravens Steelers game and do our picks here in a few minutes. So we'll move on to the late games. Atlanta versus the Bucks. Dave, who you got there?
Brady and company just keep rolling. They're going to win. I think this isn't even going to be close. Brady goes for 300, 4 touchdowns, 35-17.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, until they lose, I'm picking Tampa Bay. I saw nothing from Atlanta last week.
All right, Loro.
I'm gonna. What game is this?
Atlanta Bucks.
I'm going with Tampa Bay because I think that Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and Mike Evans and Rojo, they're going to be attacking the Atlanta defense, especially in their passing game. I just think Atlanta's defense is too atrocious, and I think that Atlanta's offense can't be underestimated, but their defense is just flat out bad.
All right. Yeah, I think Dave said it the best. Until they're beaten, we got to roll with the hot hand. And Brady, sadly saying, I mean, he's got the team rolling. He's got his weapons. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this. Tim says Bucks by 13. I kind of agree with that. I think it's going to be Bucks by a lot. And, hopefully Gronk does get a couple touchdowns. Second late game, we got the Cowboys versus the Chargers. So, Chris, what do you got there?
Before the injuries, I picked Dallas to win, and I'm going to continue to have faith in Dallas winning this game. I mean, it's almost like a home game, considering that they practice in Oxnard, and a lot of Cowboy fans are in California and all that. So I'm going Dallas.
All right, low roll. Cowboys, Chargers.
I'm going to pick the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to start off 2-0, and I think that Justin Herbert is going to torch that Cowboy D, and I think that the Chargers D will get to Dak Prescott, and I think it's going to be enough for the Chargers to go 2-0. But I feel like the Cowboys, my gut tells me, is that I think the Cowboys might even start 0-3 and 0-4.
Ooh, all right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one. Mess around. Chargers, Cowboys.
Vic's going to hate me for this, but I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win it upset. I think Dak's going to get a breakout and, put up some numbers, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They're going to win this game. It's going to be close, though. 21-20.
All right. Yeah, I have no reason to believe that Herbert and the Chargers are going to just light up that defense. For a second there, I thought it was in Dallas. I thought that would be even better, but being that it's in LA, yeah, I gotta go with the Chargers. I just think Herbert's gonna just fire them up. Next game, Titans in Seattle. Mess around. Titans, Seattle.
I think Derrick Henry's going to run all over Seattle, and I think Titans are going to get the first win of the year and bounce back from that loss last week. So I'm going to go with the Titans 28-21.
All right, this is our late pick 'em. I mixed up my schedule. I forgot one game. So Dave is going with the Titans. So Chris, how about you?
I'm going Seattle. I feel like Russell Wilson can beat Tennessee.
All right. Low roll, where are you going?
I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I agree with Mess Around because I really think that the Tennessee Titans are going to bounce back. I don't see them going 0-2. I just think that Derrick Henry's going to run all over that Seattle defense, and I think that the Tennessee Titans are going to come into the 12s and quiet that crowd noise.
Ooh, that's some good points there. I didn't think about that. But I'm going to go with Seattle. I think Seattle at home with the 12 crowd or whatever they call them,
Mhm.
12 man on the field. I think they're going to be loud. So, and just let everybody know, I did get J-Mac and Sarge's picks. J-Mac's going with the Titans, and Sarge is going with the Seattle Seahawks. And our viewer, Tim, he's going with Tennessee, and he says by 10. So the game I missed, which I should have missed anyways, is the Vikings versus the Cardinals. I really, really, really hope the Vikings win. I don't see it happening. I think we're going to see another 5-sack game by that linebacker that just lit up last week.
Right.
If he gets 5 sacks again, more power to him. This game's not even going to be close, and if it is, I will be shocked. So I'm going Cardinals. Mess around. How about you?
Man, that defense, that Arizona defense, man, they just scored up last week. Chandler Jones 5 sacks, Kyler Murray 5 touchdowns on offense. That offense is looking good. Arizona's looking scary. I'm taking Arizona 28-10.
Yeah, I'm right with you. Crispy Bacon. How about you?
Cardinals. I mean, I hope Minnesota wins, but after what Arizona showed last week, how could you not pick Arizona?
Yeah, low roll. How about you?
I think that I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. I think that Kyler Murray is going to go 2-0, and I think that the Minnesota Vikings, they're probably going to start off bad, but I think they can pick it up at the right time.
Yeah, that's just like a Minnesota team to be Jekyll and Hyde. They'll be bad for a couple games, and they'll light it up like nobody's business, and then they'll sizzle off a little bit. But I hope we get the better of the Vikings team, but I don't think we're going to get it this week. So, all right. So before we move on to our 4 pick'em games, well, we already did the Titans game. Last week's results. Chris, you were 1-3 last week.
Yeah.
Low roll, Dave, and our viewer Tim were both 2-2. Sergeant J-Mac was 3-1. And I gotta say, if I had a crown, I would put it on because I was the king last week at 4-0. So moving on to this week, the early game, we got the Raiders and the Steelers. So far, J-Mac and Sarge both picked the Steelers. I'll throw my pick out there first. I also picked the Steelers. I think they're home. The Raiders squeaked out one on Monday night because of LaFumble Jackson, as we like to call him. So, mess around. Who you got between the Raiders and the Steelers?
I'm going upset. I'm going Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders to keep the train going and move 2-0.
All right. So Dave is messing around, taking the Raiders. Low roll.
I'm picking the Raiders. I think that Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, and that passing game and run game will really attack the Pittsburgh defense, even though Pittsburgh has a great defense. But I also think that the Raiders' defense is going to get to Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay. Crispy.
Going with the Raiders. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Steelers. Looking at my
Go with the Steelers. Okay.
Steelers. Yeah.
All right. Go with Steelers. And our viewer, Tim, he says Raiders by 3. So he's got his. We've already covered the Titans Seattle game. Next one, the Sunday night game, Kansas City versus Ravens. J-Mac, Sarge, and myself are going Kansas City. Chris, how about you?
I'm going Kansas City. I mean, this is really no contest. At least to me, it's not.
Ooh, okay. Laurel.
I'm going with the Chiefs, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be too good to overcome for Lamar Jackson.
Okay, Dave.
Anytime these guys play Lamar and Patrick Mahomes, they put on a show and it's always close. So I'm going to go with Kansas City, and it's going to be a lot of Tyreek Hill today. I think Hill's going to get loose for a couple.
All right, so we're all taking Kansas City. I don't see. I mean, the Ravens. Yeah, it might be a close one. Tim is taking Kansas City by 10. So we'll see. And then the Monday night game, the Lonely Lions versus the Lonely Packers. Dave, I know you couldn't wait to break this one down. So, first off, Sarge and J-Mac are both taking the Packers. So, mess around. Who you got?
I'm also going to go with Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is not going to have two bad games in a row. It's just not going to happen. It's Aaron Rodgers. Come on.
Yeah, Chris?
Ooh, I go back and forth with this pick. I mean, Detroit played really well last week, and then I have questions with Aaron Rodgers. You know, did he play well? Is he wanting to continue, or is he just checked out? But I'm going with Green Bay.
All right, Chris is going Green Bay. Low roll.
I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I think that Aaron Rodgers is not going to have a bad game again. I just think that the Packers are going to come out on top. But I think Detroit might give the Packers their run for their money. But I think that I think that Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are going to have a much better game.
Yeah, I can't see Rodgers playing bad 2 weeks in a row, especially one being at home. If he does play bad, he's going to get benched, not only probably by the Packers, but by me because I have him on my fantasy team. Almost lost because of him. But I'm going Packers. I think we're going to see a bounce back, probably a different Rodgers, I hope. But honestly, it would not shock me if we see the same Rodgers and the Lions win. But I don't see it. But so that's our week 2 breakdown and our picks. We'll see how we all did, and we'll update you guys. Thank you, Tim. For Tim's also going Green Bay. He says Green Bay by 24. So get your picks in. So now we move on to our teacher of the group, Mr. Chris E. Bacon. What's the history lesson for us this week?
Really, I don't see anything that really sticks out as far as.
Okay. I know there was one. I can't remember what it was that stuck out, but I'll have to research it. So we get a bye. Chris didn't do his homework. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
week 2, yes, it's tough. I mean, so I'm going to throw one out there, a curveball out there, because we got Mr. Mess Around on here. So I'm going to call this Stop Messing Around. And I'm going to give it to Dave.
Okay. So what am I doing?
So the fans and reporters, NFL analysts, start giving Stanford some credit. So they stop messing around and give this guy some credit after week 1.
Say that again.
Stafford. Should they stop messing around and give Stanford his credit?
That guy, the credit is long overdue. The guy has played phenomenal throughout his whole career in Detroit. He's just never had the weapons, and now he does. And you're seeing what he can do when he's got an elite offense around him. He tore up my beloved Bears, shredded them like they're Wheaties. So, watch out for the Rams. They're going to be scary. Stafford and Cup and Woods and everybody else on offense, they're just loaded.
Yeah, so stop messing around. Give him some credit. All right. Now on to our next topic. Next topic goes to Low Roll, his lowdown. Gave him the homework assignment. Will the sack record after week 1 be broken by anybody, but what's his face? I can't think of his name now. We just said it. Put up 5 sacks. So Loro, can we see a new all-time sack record this year?
I think so. I think there could be multiple new sack records, but especially with Aaron Donald, because Aaron Donald is a sack machine. And I also think TJ Watt will be making some sacks as well, and Khalil Mack. But I kind of think that Aaron Donald will probably set a new single-season sack record too.
Oh, you're gonna go Donald. All right, I like it. So, for me, we'll get to my big baller, which I flopped big time last week, and picking Aaron Rodgers to be my big baller. Did not see that coming. This week, we'll go with Herbert. I think Herbert's just going to shred up Dallas's defense. So if I go 0-2, maybe we'll have to call this the big baller jinx. But I don't see it happening. I think we're going to I think Herbert's going to right the ship for me, and we're going to be on the right track here. So some news I saw, maybe some of you guys saw some other news. The Jets wide receiver Coward is going to be inactive versus the Patriots today. The Saints, what's going on with them? I heard they have
12 coaches with COVID, but only 6 of them will coach.
Okay. So what do you guys think of that? The COVID thing. I mean, I know we're all living it. Should we start seeing some fines here and stuff? Messer, what do you think?
I don't know if you go so far as fining people. I mean, COVID's COVID. It's gonna happen. It's like they've got so many protocols they go through every day to test and whatnot to be safe and all that, to make sure they're not, around people that have COVID. And I wouldn't fine people.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. We should be fining. Laura, how about you here? What do you think?
It's unfortunate, but I think even though that we're living in COVID right now, I think players still have to get tested daily. And I think that even if some of those coaches are vaccinated, I think you still have to follow the rules, Yeah,
I agree. I think we're just in a time where it's popping up more and more and people are getting more tested. So also the Packers D-line coach, he's going to be out due to COVID protocol. So there's another guy down there. I see Tim posted Paris Campbell. He's inactive today. Somebody brought up TJ Watt. He just signed a nice little extension with the Steelers. So
yeah, right before the season started, and they don't normally do
okay,
that.
I thought it was just recently. So
no.
So the Watt brothers, man, making some mad cash, all 3 of them. Dave, what do you think about TJ Watt there?
That guy probably should have been Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Okay.
I think so anyway.
I like that.
He's phenomenal. The guy's a savage beast. I mean, gets after the quarterback, plays for the run well. He does it all. Well-deserved pay raise.
Yeah, exactly. Chris, how about you?
I mean, they earn money off the field with game shows and whatever else they do. And they definitely they did one a year ago. But they earn their money no matter what, and they're all really good. So he deserves it.
Okay, how about you, Low Roll?
What was that again?
TJ Watt signing. What's your thoughts on him?
It's well deserved. I think he deserved to get paid all that money, and I think that the Steelers' defense is going to be built around TJ Watt.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm still kind of shocked that JJ did join his brother in Pittsburgh, but he has his reasons why he went to Arizona. I'm not going to argue. So we got about 20 or so minutes there. I know me, Laurel, Chris, we did our breakdown of each division. So why don't we go ahead and do an early playoff prediction from the divisions that or the picks that we had. Dave, you can jump in too if you like. So we'll start in the NFC or AFC. So me, Chris, and Laurel all picked the Bills to win it. I picked the Pats to finish second, and other 2 picked the Dolphins. In the West, we all picked Kansas City. We all picked the Chargers to finish second. The North, we are kind of up in the air about. Me and Laurel picked the Browns. Chris picked the Ravens. Me and Chris picked the Steelers to finish second. Laurel picked the Ravens. In the South, we all picked the Titans, and we all picked the Colts to finish in second. So on the AFC guys, who's your top seed and how's the playoff going to break down? Laurel, we'll go with you first.
I think the Browns will be the number 1 seed in the AFC over Kansas City and Buffalo, because I think the Browns are going to be a threat to the Chiefs for that number 1 spot. And I think in the NFC, I think Tampa Bay will be number 1.
Okay.
In the NFC.
Okay, so why don't you give us your whole AFC playoff picture? We'll go it that way. So you got the Browns number 1.
Yes, I got Cleveland number 1. And then I got number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Number 3, I got the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Number 4, I got the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
And number 5, I got the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
Number 6, I got the Baltimore Ravens.
All right.
And number 7, I got the Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins. All right. Is there 8 spots or only 7 this year?
Just 7.
There's 7.
So they're doing one by. Okay.
1 by. Yeah.
All right, Chris. How about you in the AFC here? What's your breakdown of the playoff picture?
All right. The playoff picture looks like Tennessee is going to be your number 1 seed.
Wow.
Yeah. Your Ravens going to be your number 3 seed.
Number 2, you mean?
No, or hold on. Number 2 is going to be Buffalo.
Okay, number 2 is going to be Buffalo. Okay.
Number 3 is going to be Baltimore.
Okay.
Number 4 is going to be Kansas City.
Wow.
Number 5 is going to be Indianapolis.
Okay.
Number 6 will be the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
And number 7 will be the Steelers.
All right. A little bit different than low roll. For me, I gotta go Kansas City. I think it's gonna be close between Kansas City and the Bills, so I'll put the Bills at number 2. Number 3, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns. I think the Browns will be sitting high and mighty there. Titans, I'll go number 4. Colts, yeah, I think they'll be number 5. The last 2 are going to be kind of tough. I think we'll get the Patriots in there, and I think we'll get the Dolphins in there. I think we'll see 2 of those 3 teams for that. How about you, Messerell? What do you got for the AFC?
Kansas City 1, Cleveland 2, Buffalo 3.
Okay.
Let's see. Pittsburgh 4.
Yep.
God, I'm trying to draw a blank here.
You got the Colts, Ravens, Chargers.
Give me the Ravens 5.
All right.
San Diego 6. And Miami 7.
All right. So, as you can tell, guys, we are definitely all over the board on our picks there. So, moving to the AFC. Or NFC, I'm sorry. NFC. In the East, I had Washington. Chris and Laurel had the Cowboys. I had the Cowboys finishing second. Chris had the Eagles, and then Laurel had Washington. The West, we all 3 had the Rams. Me and Chris had
the Cowboys winning the NFC East.
Yep. And then Seattle. Laurel had Seattle finishing second in that division. In the North, we all picked Green Bay. Me and Chris picked the Vikings, and Laurel picked the Bears to finish second in that division. And in the South, we all picked the Bucks. I picked the Panthers. Laurel picked the Saints, and then Falcons for Chris. So, Laurel, who's your top seed in your playoff picture for the NFC? NFC, I'm sorry.
For the NFC, the top seed goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers then followed by the Green Bay Packers, then the LA Rams at 3, and then number 4, the Dallas Cowboys with the Seattle Seahawks at the 5 seed, and then the 6 seed will be the Washington Football Team, and then the San Francisco 49ers will round out the 7 seed.
Okay, kind of like those picks. Chris, how about you, bud?
Yeah, number 1 is going to be Tampa Bay. I think that's a given no matter what. Number 2 is going to be the LA Rams. Number 3 is going to be the Packers. Number 4 will be the Cowboys. Number 5 will be the Cardinals. Number 6 would be the Eagles. And 7 will be the Seahawks. So I got 3 teams coming out of the NFC West.
Wow, okay. For me, I'm consensus so far, Bucks. I hate to do it, but until Green Bay shows me wrong, Green Bay is going to win that division. Got to go with the Rams. I think that's going to be. Got to go with Washington as my division winners. The playoff spots, man, it's going to be tough. I think we're going to have the Panthers in. Let's see who else do I have here. The Cardinals are going to be in, and I'm going to go Seattle's in. So mess around. How about you there, bud?
I'm gonna go 1 the Rams, 2 the Bucks, 3 I'm gonna pick the Cardinals, 4 I'm gonna pick the Bears, 5 I'm gonna pick the Redskins, 6 I'm gonna go with Seattle, and 7 I'm gonna go New Orleans.
Oh, wow. Wow, got the Bears, no Packers, no Vikings. Oh, my. So, but I like that Saints pick. I really do. I think the Saints – I think the final 2 spots, playoff-wise, are going to be a battle. I think it's going to be tough. And I think the playoffs – hey, after week 1, if we got football every week for 17 weeks like that, I'm all game for it. So, I don't know about you guys, but after week 1, man, I was so excited. So anybody else catch any news that I missed this past week on?
I have a scenario. And
Okay.
I think it was brought up in one of the groups that we were in.
Okay.
Russell Wilson was proposing how to break ties.
Yes.
And he was saying that, do it, have a kick. If you make it, you win. If you lose, the other team gets a shot, almost like a penalty kick in soccer.
It's a 53-yard field goal is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever came up with that one, I don't understand. But anyways.
Russell Wilson apparently made that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of it?
I like it. Like it. I think it did bring something to the overtime. I mean, if it's not decided in the overtime, instead of having a tie, I'm all for it. Flip the coin and either kick it or make your opponent.
Now, I have a question. Now, I read it or understood it. Is it after an overtime or is it at the end of the fourth quarter?
No, like you play overtime. If it's still tied after overtime,
okay,
then you go into kicks.
Okay, so we're eliminating this one drive, winner scores. Okay.
Yeah.
Laura, what do you think?
I think that could be good. I mean, or I also could see just whoever has the ball to begin the first half wins the game, or if they kick a field goal, then the other team has a possession. I think you have 2 possession per team, and with the team that has first possession of the ball that scores a touchdown wins the game. Still could happen. I think that could alter I would like these overtime rules to be altered.
Would you like it to be more college rule where there's no running clock or no clock at all?
Yes, college rule. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because what is it? They get the ball on the 15 or something, and they got 4 plays to get
like
it in?
35.
Yeah.
35? Okay.
But there's no.
Yeah, I think the college has the best overtime rules. I think you give them from the 35, they got a chance to score. gets in, and you just battle back and forth. But this Russell Wilson thing kind of intrigues me a little bit. I mean, you give him the whole quarter to play, and then comes out to penalty kick. I mean, maybe they do something like that. They do maybe the best of 5 though, by each kicker, and they do different yardages. So,
I'm
I
seeing
don't
it.
think I don't think the coin flip would be fair because not
No.
many teams are going to kick a 53-yarder and put it out their kicker. They're going to defer that every time. I think at least. So, but with that being said, boys, we're just about 9 minutes away from half hour till kickoff. So, let's see. Who would you guys give a grade to for last week? Laurel, who would get an A grade from you last week?
Mac Jones of my team, because I thought great debut. Didn't throw a lot of touchdown passes, but he was just on point with his passes, and he was very confident in the pocket. And
I like that. Best round. How about you? Who gets an A grade for you?
Matthew Stafford. The guy just tore it up, and he's going to continue to do so all year unless he gets hurt.
Yep. Chris?
I'd have to say Stafford too. I mean, no one gave him a shot, really. I mean, we did, but everybody else kind of, put him out like you're not going to do much.
Yeah, so. I gotta go with you guys. Outside of my guy there in Arizona, that's going to light up the Vikings. Stafford's probably definitely the A grade. Tim's chiming in. He says Russell Wilson gets an A grade. So let's flip flop it, guys. Who gets the Fs? Who gets the big F? Mess around.
The Chicago Bears defense. Big fat F.
Big F. All right. Chris.
I could say about our kicker, but he's been injured, so I won't go there. Oh, man. Jacksonville's quarterback.
Really? Okay.
I would say, yeah. Because they built him up to be like a really good. I mean, he may be, but they built him up to where he's going to win that game. And then Houston surprised him.
Gotcha. Laura, how about you? Who gets the big F?
I'm going to say Matt Nagy because of his atrocious play calling against the Rams.
Ooh, okay. Tim's chiming in, says the Colts offensive line. I know Tim was upset. He was messaging me pretty much the first half and saying that he don't know who showed up today. For me, without a shadow of a doubt, it's Rodgers. You can see from all the pictures, he looked like he didn't want to be there. I hope it changes, but week 1 F for me, got to go with Rodgers. But Dave's defense, Nagy, Lawrence. I mean, there's quite a few out there that. Even my Vikings. I mean, they could have got a big fat F too. They should have easily taken that one. So. But with that being said, let's go around the room. Laurel, final thoughts on week 2 and what's coming up on MI6?
What's coming up on MI6 is the extra point tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 a.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be a great show. And also, Wild Sports Talk will be on Monday after Monday Night Football.
All right, and also we want to send our best wishes. I know he's a busy guy, but Callan's taking another leave. He's got some stuff going on, so Callan, can't wait for you to get back. You're going to be missed, not just by MI6, but coast to coast here. So mess around. How about you? Final thoughts, week 2. What's coming up for you?
Man, I just hope that we see a lot more fields today, and the Bears are more competitive than they were last week, and the defense showed up. Other than that, there's a lot of good games going on today. Don't forget to check your fantasy lineups and get those set before you kick off.
Yeah, we ain't talking fantasy football. No, I'm just kidding. Chris, how about you there, bud? Your final thoughts? And
thank you guys for watching, tuning in. I just saw on my TV that they're doing a Hard Knocks in season with the Colts. So So this will be the
Yeah,
first time.
I think that's gonna be good. I did mean to bring that up, so we'll have to bring that up next week. So for me, yeah, speaking of fantasy football, guys, I'll admit it. I almost lost to a team that did not start a quarterback last week. Thank God for Cooper Kupp. It saved me, or else I probably would have been the first guy to ever lose to a team that did not start a fantasy quarterback. So, but anyways, with that being said, join us coast to coast all week. We got tremendous shows tonight. After the games, 9 Central, I believe, between the ropes. Hopefully, we'll see Dave there breaking down, along with Ace and Chris, and maybe Viper break down Raw, SmackDown, or whatever else. You can check me out again. I don't know if I'll be on between the ropes, but you can check me out on Tuesday on deck, and then our new show Tuesday Mania, where we break down some wrestling stuff and all that. But with that being said, enjoy week 2. Check us out next week on Morning Tailgate. So you guys all have a great Sunday. Have a good night, guys.
Have a great Sunday, guys.
Later.
Later.